Hi, I'm Reza014, Trackmania Asia Oceania and Trackmania Indonesia co-founder.
Hi, I am Leviathan, Trackmania Asia O staff and Trackmania Indonesia co-founder.
Hello, I am SRK. I am the founder of Fastpoint and I was also a mentor for Gaming Boy.
Hello, my name is Kuda. I'm a player for Antique Esports and Gaming Boy Estimate at Wolves Esport.
Hi, I am Facern, Gaming Boy's sister.
Hi, and I'm Ari. I'm a longtime friend of Gaming Boy since elementary school.
Hi, I'm Syntax, a Trackmania Indonesia member and also one of Gaming Boy's friends.
6 months ago, we lost a fellow member of the community and our friend, Gaming Boy 2508.
This loss left the hole to many of us in the Trackmania community, as well as his friends and family.
Gaming Boy's presence in the Asia and Oceania community was irreplaceable.
He was a young talent that everyone looked up to, with his kindness and willingness to help people.
He inspired a lot of people in this region to push themselves in the game and improve the overall skill level of the players in this region in Trackmania.
Simply put, he's the entry point for a lot of players in Asia and Oceania community to go pro.
Without him, the Trackmania Asia and Oceania community as we know it wouldn't even exist at all.
With utmost respect to his legacy, and with blessings from his friends and family,
We would like to introduce the Gaming Boy 2508 award.
Given to the best performing rookie player in every edition of AOTC going forward.
on behalf of the Trackmania Asia and Oceania community,
And Gaming Boy's friends and family.
Thank you, and enjoy the rest of AOTC.
Well, from somber moments, I suppose, to hopefully some big moments of elation. It is now time for our grand final and an event, again, with a prize pool so graciously generated by the family of Gaming Boy for this event. $250.80, a tribute to the name. Similarly, the Gaming Boy Award would once again like to extend our congratulations to J-Swag for winning that one out as the best performing rookie. And, wherever he might happen to be right now, I do hope he's watching along with us, Gex, because, this is it. One more round, one more heat. 4 drivers, 4 nations. It comes down to this.
Well, I know where he is, and I hope he's not just watching along. I hope he is paying good attention because he is in our grand final. We're about to cover it. Min, Spark, J-Swag, and Mudder, the veteran here. Min, though, has been coming up looking absolutely huge, setting all of the world records, and particularly Scarecrow, which we are starting on here. He just minutes ago set a new world record on.
Yeah, he did. He set a fantastic run there before. So I'm going to be excited to see how he looks as we get ready to go into this match. We're a couple minutes away from starting up the warm-up, and then we'll get into it properly. But Scarecrow, it's been a lot of fun, been a very dramatic one, and we'll see how it plays out. Let's talk favorites for this event, though. Mutta and Min, it does seem like they're the two who should be battling for that first place spot. They've been battling, pretty hard in that winner's bracket final. Min had a slight edge over them in that situation, but with an extra 20 points, before getting to finalist points, maybe it could wind up even closer.
Yeah, Min is bringing out the side of max speed, and Mutta is Mr. Consistency here, but we've seen Spark put the test to them, and J-Swag, as the rookie coming in here, has put in so much time. He is just a grinder, and he has been pushing out these maps. We have seen him take the lines of Min, and that could be enough to affect a big change on him. How already has today, I would say, but it could be even more so here in the grand final.
Yeah, I'll be curious to see if J-Swag will be able to keep up long term. Again, I kind of see J-Swag possibly battling it out for third because we will be going through the runners. So we'll have a first, second, third, and fourth place. We will make sure eventually it will come down to 2-1v1 in the end for third. So everybody will be finishing this time around. We don't cut it off after first place, but that's neither here nor there. Our warm-up is about to kick this one off. Korea, India, Australia, and New Zealand, everyone being represented for the Asia/OCE Championships. Exactly what you would want to see as we are counting down. We're going to the track right now. I'm curious where Critty's going to take us this time, because we've been finding some crazy seating in the path, but Scarecrow doesn't have seats, Gex. There's nowhere to buy tickets.
No, you're watching from helicopters. They're even more expensive at this point. But we are coming through into our warm-up phase, so I think this one's going to be particularly crucial, getting these guys ready, particularly for the players who haven't been on stream already today. Min and Mudder both need to be at absolute peak performance here if they're going to hold off of J-Swag and Spark, who are both at peak performance right now for themselves.
Yeah, I mean, they both have been looking pretty strong. I don't want to say they're at peak yet, though, because if they're at peak, that means that peak is a little bit short from where it needs to be. So I'm hoping they're going to get back there in time. Also,
Mudder's
what do you think of this
reverse.
training? What Mudda is doing? How does this feel? Do you think Mudda's doing it right?
Maybe there's some like muscle memory he has to unwind, and doing it in reverse is what's gonna, just put exactly the opposite inputs in. You just get rid of some of the bad muscle memory that's in there. He's looking to re-improve it this time around.
It's a different approach. I don't know. We'll see how it plays out for him. We'll see if it will work. But we're going to find out right now, actually. Here we go. Round one kicking off on Scarecrow. This is our grand final. 4 drivers enter. Well, all 4 of them will leave, but it's the order in which they do that is important when it's all said and done. And Mudda, maybe, going in reverse wasn't the warm-up they needed. An early mistake sees him back in last.
Actually, in fact, that strategy, going in reverse, even if it's slower, would be breaking rules if you were over in the World Tour right now. I don't know if that's the same case here. I would assume so, but the fact is you can actually gain more grip. Big mistake from J-Swag there. Means this is Spark leading Min right now.
Yeah, this is a pretty good start for Spark. We'll see if this line will hold coming to the final jump. It absolutely will. Spark, fantastic opening, a 47.3. I mean, look, normally it takes a round or two before we start getting that close to the world record, but not this time around. Already a hot finish for the Indian driver.
I think last time around we had J-Swag setting a 47.39, a high 3. That was mid 3, which is, I don't think we reached that at all through that last series. So really big pace set out of the gates here, but we are expecting big paces. The world record holder is in the track right now.
As we're continuing along, it looks like we've had a little bit of a disconnect. Guess will be with us again shortly for the moment, but at the lead, it is all Spark. As Min, a little bit of a mistake, actually got squirrely, lightly tapped that wall, but this is where they tend to make that speed back. Will it be enough to get out of 4th? I'm not too sure. Spark looking in fantastic form come grand final time. Everyone else looking to chase them down. Min gets so close to that wall. Right next to them is Mudda. It feels like that's going to be the fight for second place. Late lunges does see Min holding at P2. P3 will go to Mudda. J-Swag back in P4, but another strong round for Spark. As quick audio test, are you back with us, Gex? Yeah, I don't know where that came from. I heard you the entire time, so
stream end, greedy.
Yeah, I'm not too sure on that regards. Either way, though, back-to-back round wins from Spark to start us off. Wasn't expecting that in this grand final, but hey, I mean, we've known the potential from Spark has been there. It's been consistency. Have they finally solved those issues?
Yeah, it looks that way. Spark is definitely looking fantastic right now. 20 points out the gate, and it is a big map for Spark, so really have to see it come through. In saying that, this has been an enormous map for J-Swag, who is trailing behind. It's not a good sign for him.
That said, J-Swag is looking pretty good this time around. Going to try and go for that faster line, but loses a bit at the end. Will come down to a late lunge. Doesn't quite have it. Min will win this round out after back-to-back seconds. Should be nice for the Korean to finally get one under their belt.
J-Swag goes for a flight in celebration of a second place there. Definitely the best he's done so far, and evening up with Mudda right now, which is always going to be a celebratable thing, but right now Mudda trailing as well, and that is shocking in itself.
Yeah, Mudda's had a couple off rounds, actually, some early bumps putting them behind and not really able to recover from those situations as we start our 4th round and our final round on Scarecrow to start off this series. Spark, who started off incredibly hot, well, it's going to have to make that comeback from behind. It is all Min at the moment, just making more and more distance. That's the turn where Min always begins their comeback. We rarely see Min in the lead, but these wide sweeping turns, so much momentum. Gex, this could be a very good round.
It really could. Min is setting a high pace. J-Swag is chasing up behind. You're seeing exactly why Min went through just minutes ago and set a new record on this one. There's the new best time of 47.257, only 0.1 off of the world record.
Yeah, that was a special one. I think they kind of didn't quite have as fast as a finish as you would need for that world record, but everything up to that point, absolutely where it needed to be. So we finish our trip to Scarecrow with a 34-30 point lead, favoring Min over Spark, which is not what I would have predicted. A shocking round for Mudda, but you have to remember, even back in that winners bracket final, Min did have the edge on Scarecrow, and that did carry over here.
And that track in particular, Scarecrow, is big not just for Min, for all three of those players beating out Mudda there. I feel like that is just an excellent track for Min, for Spark, for J-Swag. Mudda might be the only one who wasn't specializing on that track.
Yeah, and we could see it start to come back, you know, in some of these other tracks if we move along. Again, Cordata is where we're going to go next, and we didn't really see Cordata actually in our winners bracket final too much of, so I'm a little bit unsure what form Mudda and Min would be looking like as we do get into this one. I do know in the past Mudda actually took the outside line, but in the warm-up we can see them taking the inside line this time around when it comes to that split, so they have adjusted their lines, and we'll see if that plays out for them moving forwards. But
I believe halfway through the last series with Mudda, actually, we saw him change that up and try for the inside line. So he knew that it was important to be hitting that different line. It might have just been a muscle memory thing, like I was saying, actually. When you've practiced a few times exclusively and you haven't changed the line, picking up mid-series, Mudda might be one of the only players here at the professional level who's able to do that on the fly. However, and this was something that we were talking about off stream, that there is the capacity from these big players to come in and just learn on the fly. I'm going to call it out. No, that doesn't exist anymore. This esport has evolved massively in the last year. I don't think so. I don't think it's possible. You might get to a grand final, but you are not going to win against players putting in the time.
Well, you do when they drive into checkpoints and go careening off track. Goodbye, Spark. Not the way they wanted to start this campaign on the second round. Instead, it's going to be Min and Mudda out in the front right now with J-Swag trying to play chase, but Min, again, just an absolute machine. And when you consider, you know, what they've risked for this Mudda, inside line steals it. And that comes from out of nowhere, but Mudda takes the round.
That comes from the caster curse. I've given Mudda the blessing here to come through an incredible low angle finish there to get that out in insane snipe.
Yeah, that's gotta be a big one. You know, even Trident in chat, you know, showing respect for that. And when there's a player from Trident here having to watch along from just behind, maybe it stings a little bit, but that snipe was a thing of beauty. And I mean, Mudda coming in to this second track, 18 points back. They're already on pace to start kind of clawing back into this one. Still a bit of a ways to go. 18 only down to 15, but with performances like that, it could shrink quite quickly.
Min representing well, still here, creating a little bit of space on the leaderboard for themselves. J-Swag, it's going to happen again. This time it's not off a checkpoint, but J-Swag has just put themselves well back. Mudda chasing up in third here, and Min actually trailing Spark now.
Yeah, this is actually a good turnaround from Spark last time. Bonked themselves out this time. Will take their way all the way across that finish. Takes the round, gives them 10 points closer. Back-to-back seconds for Min. And it'll allow them to hold the lead, but they're not pulling away as fast as they would like. And Mudda, early bonk, actually sent them back until J-Swag careened themselves. So we'll have to settle for third. Only a 5-point lead now from Min over Spark. Spark, that consistency, it's coming back slowly outside of, you know, round one here in Cordata.
Asia greater than OCE? Question mark? It's still yet to be seen, but sitting back right now is Mudda and J-Swag. So it's possible that Asia is going to conquer this one.
We'll see. We'll see. I mean, okay, you could be like, oh, look at us. We're Elevate. We beat the Pioneers. But then look at where Power finished, all right? That's what I say in that regards. It's in the same place. But either way, Min, that's some Rocket League jokes. We're watching Trackmania right now. Min out in front right now looking to hold their line. And I just think it's, at the moment, Min overall. That's realistically what we've been watching. It feels like all they need is one good jump, one good landing, and they mess it up. Mutta comes across.
Are you kidding me? I was about to say earlier that the big defining thing that you notice as a huge difference between these 4 players and everybody else is how low they take that final transition. That's too low, Min. Don't go that low.
What I'm finding impressive is, again, Mutta and Min have been far and away the 2 most consistent drivers before this grand final, but I think the pressure is starting to rear its head, and we are starting to see, some shakier performances from the 2 of them. You rarely see Min bonk out like that. Mutta as well. Granted, again, we kind of talk about that first track, not really Scarecrow, not really being Mutta's forte, but they haven't come climbing back in this competition like I was necessarily expecting. And again, because of the longer rounds, there's a good chance we're going to have to go back to Scarecrow before this is done, but this round, everyone's bonking out.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say, though, is we're talking about consistency issues out of Min and Mutta. Up until this point, I don't think we've talked about consistency issues based around pressure, specifically, more than we've talked about Spark. Spark has not done well under pressure and suddenly is coming out, was until this point only 1 point from first place in Min there, and is still putting on that effort to be that contest for first place right now.
I think the reason why we see Min kind of pushing that hard, though, is if we go back to the first 2 rounds again, they got sniped at the end of that first round. And then in the second round, it was also kind of behind. So I could see why they were pushing themselves. But that's what you want to see. That's the pressure you need to put on the leader to throw them off. We're going to finish our second track with only a 6-point differential between Spark and Min, which is perfectly fine for the 2 of them. I mean, again, when your goal is to win it out, being within 5 to 10 points, it's still completely reasonable. It's Mutta and J-Swag who are going to start to really make the comeback happen as we go to Putamau.
And I mean, that's the case when you're going to 100. We've actually got that little extra stretch to 120 points to win out here as well. So that point differential can be eaten up by a few more rounds here as well. You've got the space to make a few more mistakes. Mutta now is making fewer and will have a great line through the starting sector.
As, we're taking a look at where Min is from. Yes, Korea was a nice place, but I feel we're going to see all the flags right there. I mean, New Zealand's flag, pretty cool as well, but when you get rid of that red, well, then you get, the actual best flag, India, represented. I like how all the flags are represented. It is nice to see us, our 4 different countries, both the regions, Asia and OCE, represented here in this final. You couldn't ask for a better split than how it's come through, and we'll be excited to see, who is going to be the winning region overall.
100% agree here. This is definitely what you want to see, the representation coming out, especially for our AOTC championship here. It is really summarizing for this. Everybody coming out for Gaming Boy's sake as well. So it's a very, very nice little tribute to him. We even had one over on the main, the World Tour as well. There's been a number of nods out to that player, and we had the award already go over to J-Swag earlier. So this is definitely going to be a grand final for the ages, and it is largely thanks to him.
Yeah, it is pretty fantastic to see the community come together and rally around it. But right now, I mean, look, if J-Swag is going to put that award to some more use as well, would love to see the comeback happen. That would be some truly magical stuff. But at the moment, the only driver in poise and in position for a comeback would have been Mutta. But instead, they decided turning was for losers. Another mess up comes from Kim, and all of a sudden, J-Swag does make the comeback happen, and they win the round.
And Mutta still could have gotten ahead of Min, but made the mistake twice. The exact same one. This is not the consistent, Mr. Consistent that we were talking about. What is happening to Mutta?
Mutta goes straight off. Min goes flying off the side. Hey, you know what? If you're J-Swag, you take it. Those are the results that you need. Granted, you probably have no idea what just happened right there, because I doubt you're racing with the Ghost and you're thinking, wait, I went from 4th to 1st at the end. Hey, take what you can get. And, I mean, back right up in this right now. Min only a 4-point lead over Spark. Mutta still only a round or 2 back, although that bonk against the tree is certainly not going to help the chances of Min.
Mata again setting high pace out of the gates. This early sector, even in the warm-up, was unbelievably fast out of Mata, and it will be again here. Spark this time is the one contesting that as Min goes to the back. No, it will not be by Spark.
Oh, well, J-Swag made the comeback happen from this distance last time, but that was because Mutta, forgot how to turn right. It happens to the best of us. We'll see if they can make the turn this time around. Yeah, it's on the line, but it's good. And Mutta will take the round. A bit of redemption. They'll grab the 10. J-Swag grabs 7.
Yeah, I think J-Swag is very happy to take a second position here to a pace like that as well. Mutta using up all the tracks still, not scared off by the fact he made the mistake before. Getting as close to that left-hand side line as possible does get you the most pace through to the ending. He didn't even need it. This is just showing off.
Yeah, but I think, again, when you lose a round, you kind of feel that pressure to kind of up the game that next one, and perhaps that's where the direction Mutta is going. And it should be worth noting, Gex, Mutta has brought it back within 10 points. Like, he is coming back.
Really closed up.
Yeah, it put him out. So we'll see if that will be able to be continued.
Top 3 within 9 points there. Within 8, actually.
It's tight. It's very, very tight. This is the last time, though, around the Putamau circuit, so we will see. Kind of comes out in front on this last go of it. Spark up the checkpoint. That's going to be second place, potentially gone with Mutta in the lead. J-Swag, late lunge, gets past Min.
Mutta's done it again.
And J-Swag is going to get the second round win in Putamau.
He felt it too. You saw him slam on the brakes as he came up over the hump. It wasn't enough to break in time. He's just sent it off the edge. This is what I'm talking about. It doesn't matter how good you are. You need to be putting in the time.
I think it's pressure more so than anything else. Either way, I was incorrect before. That was the third round. This is the fourth round. This is our last time around Putamau, and unfortunately for J-Swag, I think they want to stay here. 2 round wins in 4th place. The comeback very much looking alive as Mutta always has these good starts. It's those final couple corners where everything starts to fall apart, as they just did for Spark yet again.
Mutta continues to lead well here, but just has to keep the cool. Like you said, the pressure is on. That has been most devastating for Spark across the length of the tournament, but he's really brought it together today. It has been a bit of a sacrifice a couple of times on this track, though. We're starting to see it rear its head again. And Mutta as well, but again leads out. Has to be... Yeah, Min is catching. Mutta has to take this wide.
He lost it!
Oh!
Not going to come through. Mutta will hold on across the line in the end. They'll get the 10 points. 7 over to Min, 5 to J-Swag. So a good track for J-Swag. A lot of points kind of taken back by our driver, Silk, sitting in 4th, unfortunately. But in the front, Mutta has caught up, only 1 point behind Spark. Min pulling a little bit further ahead. Realistically, though, I feel like this is still super close between all 4 drivers, and we could be seeing multiple finalists.
He could indeed. 1 point between Spark and Mutta there for second place. Min is now separating a little bit here, but J-Swag even still in that contest for second there. It's really not that far up to Spark.
I'd say all of them are in contention, as we're going to do our cherry thing and find, we're going to find our lucky ticket holder. So if we're going to call out, your seating and in your stand, and that means you're eligible for a free t-shirt, all right? As our camera is
check under your seat.
Yeah, exactly. Sector G, row 13, seat number 24. Congratulations. You have won. I know you've got a nice view of that big screen out there, which unfortunately isn't working today, all right? The power bill was a little bit too high for us, so you'll have to kind of lean over the side to watch the finish line. Don't fall over the edge, though. We couldn't afford safety railing either. 20 seconds to go before starting up this next track, and, I mean, you want to talk about falling off the side. Spark kind of fell off that last track and really allowed Mutta to catch back up.
I really hope if you're purchasing seats to just about any of these tracks that the crowd hype is good, because that's the only thing you're going to be there for. That's really, that's what you need. Yeah, exactly. But I agree. There was some big drop off there. Mutta is still keeping himself in contention here as well, but this is not the showing I think anybody was expecting out of Mutta. Way more mistakes in that last track than expected out of Mr. Consistency. And Min coming out of his compulsory service there in Korea, taking time off just to be in this tournament, has obviously put the time in. If you're going to take that time off, you got to make it count. He is.
Yeah, but you're acting like Min hasn't been making mistakes, but realistically, Min has been
absolutely
making
has.
like nearly just as much. Even if you go back to that winner's bracket final, this is about the same points differential that was between the two of them for the most part. The difference is the other two have been able to keep up because of those mistakes. And I mean, we're seeing another mistake this time around. Unfortunately, it was coming from J-Swag, who now is really going to have to make a late lunch to get back in it. Min and Spark go wide. Mutta goes Titan on the inside, and it is enough to get ahead of Spark. All three to the line. Spark out of nowhere takes it. And all of a sudden, Spark, who's been arguably struggling the most, wins the first round on Cherry.
Not only Spark, Mutta made it through as well. Min got pushed back to third there. An incredibly slow last corner costs him the first run on this track. And suddenly Min is really, really risking the lead here. Spark is well on the tail, and Mutta even not trailing by much.
What a round
7 points.
That one was. Cherry delivering straight away. Everybody within a very tight-knit thing, and I'm surprised J-Swag had to settle for fourth despite being only a couple tenths back. That's an unfortunate place to be. Well, and that's where they're sitting right now. They have Mutta for company, but in front, Spark and Min, two different lines. As we see Spark go a little too high, bonks themselves out, and it's the Spark Classic. Look amazing one round, give it up the next. Mutta has found their way in first place as Min also kind of falters a bit. And now it's the two Oceanic drivers coming to the finish.
The wider line might benefit him here. He has to take this perfectly, though. Has to keep as much momentum as possible. Look at those wheels wiggle, and does have a good line through the finish. Goes a little wide, and Mutta holds. It's going to be a Mutta win, but J-Swag will enjoy those 7 points as well.
Yeah, J-Swag going to be super happy, you know. Again, they kind of cut back into that lead a fair bit. Only 2 points, though, between Min and Mutta. And we are starting to look again as our two favorites maybe pulling away. Spark, though, still right up there. Has already won one round on Cherry, so we shouldn't write them out yet as well.
J-Swag now going to be coming out looking for more here. He would be the dark horse to win this, but we saw him do incredibly well. He has been replicating some lines incredibly, has been putting the time in. He is the grinder here and has probably put in just as much work as anybody else here on track for the tournament, but he has got a good pace set for this one. Spark is leading. J-Swag has a chance to catch, though.
I like Mutta's lines, though. Mutta, although behind, has been going a lot wider and maintaining a lot more speed. Bonking and out. Good by Min. Leader's no longer in the running of this round, as Mutta now is starting to close that gap. Granted, Spark and J-Swag looking quite strong, and
he can't go wide. J-Swag has to take it.
Final turns. It's gonna go to J-Swag.
J-Swag needed that so terribly, and in fact sets the best time on the track for these runs so far, 52.926 into the 52s there. A crazy fast run, a really nice time, and J-Swag, he is saying, I am not count out yet.
Look at these scores, Gex.
Yep.
It's an 8-point difference between first and fourth. We're going to 120. We're not going to 100, so we're not going to see three finalists at the end of this round like we could have. But we are going to be seeing everyone super close to the finish at the moment. Min, who has been much more coin flippy than we've seen throughout this entire event, well, they've got the lead going through the first few checkpoints.
If I were J-Swag, I would have been cheering after this one. I don't think he's in contest for first here. However, still, we are playing out all the way first to fourth here. Once our third is locked in, you will see the end of the day, but J-Swag still in contest for even second here, realistically. I mean, it's possible. First is still possible.
First is very possible.
120 points, unbelievably possible, but it's just been more consistency out from everybody else, but this is looking like a good track for J-Swag.
Yeah, I mean, this was a good run for J-Swag. With that said, Min is going to come across the finish line in this final round. J-Swag almost lost second to Mutta on that line, but 10 points for Min, reestablish themselves back in first place, get a little bit more of a gap in front of the others, but 11-point differential going into our next track. And I mean, that is absolutely insane. I was expecting it to be tight. I wasn't expecting it to be this tight as we move along. And I think, you know, I'm ready for Technicolor. I believe that's where we're going next. It is where we're going next. This feels fitting to push our way into our finalist points.
Unfortunately for J-Swag, Min did overwrite the fastest time through Cherry there at the end. Actually, only 2/10 off his own world record on that one as well. But we are heading in now to Technicolor. This has been a doozy of a track for errors across the tournament so far. Spark included, and probably one of the most prolific in the mistakes department on this track.
It's also the track, too, with, like, arguably the best seating. I say arguably because there is still some, someone thought, hey, I'll put up a billboard of arrows that just misdirect people and gets in the way. But outside of that, like, little section, yeah, there's a lot of good seats here on this track. What I don't understand, Gex, is why do the people just stay there? Like, I understand those are your assigned seats, but I would still move.
Yeah. I'd be standing down in some of those little walled off sand pits or something. Like, safety protocols be damned. Let's get on the track.
Look, I'm gonna be real. I'm never buying tickets to a Trackmania event like this. Okay, it is way too dangerous. You already told me you don't know how to drive these things.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna be putting it into that little pit corner, the swimming pool as we dubbed it.
Yeah, we'll see how this one plays out, though. This is Technicolor round 1 here, and I mean, with how tight this competition has been, maybe there's still a chance for our Gaming Boy award winner to actually win it out. I know they're in 4th at the moment, but it's so close that they had the lead through the first couple checkpoints, but that lead's taken away by Spark. But it's all about the landing here. All 4 of our drivers landing clean.
Little bit of a skid there for Spark, but actually does take a good line through the next corner, setting himself up well. Min is going to sneak well into first there. Everybody else seems to have a little pace on Spark here, actually.
Good.
Oh, this is very good. J-Swag has had so much pace through that
line
toboggan.
is really good.
Time and time again.
He lost it.
Look at this, though. He's still in it. J-Swag in second. Coming around the last corner. He's going to make contact as well. Nearly even lost 3rd place there. Mutter was just off, but it is going to be Spark coming through with Min chasing up in 2nd.
And Spark is probably the driver who's arguably had the most difficulties on this track since the first round. That's got to feel good. But the important thing is Min, well, if they get 2nd or better, 2nd or 1st, they will be on finalist point. They are so close to striking distance, but they need to continue to drive this one out clean. Meanwhile, further back in the standings, I mean, J-Swag and Mutta and Spark, they're all within 8 points as well. They all need that round win to get themselves on the precipice of finalist point. This is such a tight finish as we go into the jump again. It's all about how you land it, and again, all 4 land so clean, but Min landed the best.
Really clean there. Min is holding no Spark right behind. If Min makes an error here, Spark will be all over it. And J-Swag actually has the most pace out of anybody there, making time. It's just not enough. Might be good enough for 2nd here. Is gaining. Min is under threat from both now. Will go wide to gain them speed, heading back down. Good cut in from J-Swag. Gets 2nd.
Yeah, good dive from J-Swag at the end. But, and this is the biggest but of them all, we have our first person on finalist point, and it is going to be Min. Spark can get finalist point as well with a 2nd or 1st, but realistically, they want to win this one out because it will keep 1st place within grasp. Dex, this could be the last round. If Min can do it, our Korean driver could be our grand final winner.
And J-Swag has caught up to Mutta now, is equal 3rd at this point in time, which is crazy to think that Mutta, the consistent player, the big pro here, is dropping this off. It's not been the best performance from him so far, but it is all the Min show right now. He is out in front again. Spark gets a good landing, is still contesting this, wants to get Min behind, cannot let him win this one out if he wants to take first. It is the only option.
The inside lines were taken initially by Spark, but it wasn't quite enough. Min into the ice, still has about a car length lead, but Spark has the pace. Spark gunning for the lead, is able to overtake. 1 turn away from denying Min the one and done, and they're going to do it. Spark will advance to finalist point.
There's 2 finalists right now with the potential for more. Mutta and J-Swag are going to be moving up here as well with 7 and 5 points for themselves.
Oh,
and we could have more than 2 finalists here.
J-Swag first, Mutta 2nd.
That's what we want to see.
Let's will it. Let's will it.
Will it into existence. Chant for it, chat. Chant for it.
Oh, it is so close to what could be an amazing ending. That said, if Spark is to win this round like they are looking to do so potentially right now, what a comeback that would be for the Indian driver in terms of form. Definitely not who we predicted at the start, but they are right now toe-to-toe with Min looking for that win.
For finalist finish is possible, but it's
Swagger
not
out.
looking good. Min is out the front looking for first place right now. Spark still the chance
Wide.
to take this back, needs this back to back here.
Has pace.
And has
Lost
the
it.
possibility here, didn't lose too much, but has lost the pace to make a clean overtake.
over,
Needs a
Min.
mistake from Min, and Min will take it. Now, grand finalist, first place will be Min.
Min finally comes through. It almost was that comeback from Spark. Unfortunately, they just got a little wobbly at the tail end of the ice. But going from military service, taking the break for this event alone, Min showed us a form nobody was ready for. They hold the world records on all these tracks. It's only fitting they would be our champion. Hats off, congratulations to Min. But Gex, we're still not done. We still need a second, third, and fourth, all right? We're not done racing here, so Min can celebrate. But we still have 3 more finishers to kind of cross that line.
And the only one in finalist position right now is Spark. We didn't see Mutter or J-Swag be able to actually get into that position there. 1 point off for Mutter, is probably kicking themselves right now. Wanted to take second out here. Top 2 was, we were thinking, pretty much guaranteed here for Mutter, but Spark has had an unbelievable grand final so far.
So here's the crazy thing, right? Doesn't matter the results of this next round unless Spark wins. If Spark doesn't win, we're going to have 3 finalists.
Yep. This is crazy. The second place is anybody's.
Yeah,
in Scarecrow.
It could go to any of them, but it's also Scarecrow. And you know who's been strong out of these 3 on Scarecrow? J-Swag. J-Swag has been surprisingly strong on this track. Mutta has struggled. But if we go back to the start of this grand final, it was Spark who was equal with Min at the end of the first 4 rounds. So there's still a good chance Spark could take it, but J-Swag got the better of him in that lower bracket final. And Mutta just needs to survive. So I'm excited to see how this plays out.
Bizarrely to me, I think if we are going to see anybody stop Spark taking second place here, it's J-Swag, not Mutta. Yeah, absolutely. J-Swag is coming out as the defining factor because of the map. This is some luck for J-Swag, but he has to make use of it. The amount of pressure on right this second is immense.
Yeah, we'll see what the Trident driver will be able to pull off out of the gate, though. It's looking very good for Spark. They've already got themselves a pretty nice lead, but Mutta digging deep, trying to find that form. This is the turn where we tend to see people start to take different lines, all 3 of them super tight, but the 2 in the back were that little bit wider. Expect them to get a flurry of speed about here.
This is desperate. Mutta is actually the one with the chance right now to deny Spark. J-Swag is still within spitting distance. This is going to come down to the wire. Coming down right now to that last jump. Spark is in front. He does take it. It's going to be second place for Spark. Mutta couldn't deny. And Spark is your second place finalist for the AOTC.
Yeah, you said it before, and I didn't necessarily believe you at the time, but you were right, Gex. Asia over AOCE at the end of this one. First place to Korea, second place to India, but we've got 1 heat left, and it is, you know, a little bit of that Anzac battle right now. Mutta versus J-Swag. Winner takes third.
J-Swag and Mutta, both finalists here. Third and fourth place are being decided in this run. J-Swag is leading. Mutta led out in the first run. If it had been there and then, J-Swag would already be guaranteed last, but he might just beat out Mutta. The preferred player for the entire tournament is about to be conquered here if there are no mistakes from J-Swag.
We'll see, though. It's these last turns where things get dicey. J-Swag trying to hold that lead. It's only 2/10. Well within grasp, but it's not meant to be. J-Swag pulls off the upset and secures third place.
That is 6th seed from Group A, beating out the first seed for the tournament in Mutta. Min coming in first place was maybe unexpected to some, has been out of the competitive scene for a while. This is the only the second recent tournament played by them. The other was another AOTC as well. Took the time off, and my goodness, it was worth it.
Yeah, what a fantastic showing. I mean, look, Min, best form from start to finish.
Yep.
I feel of this event. Got shaky in that grand final. It was not a clean grand final, but when is it ever, Gex? When is it ever? Couldn't ask for a more exciting conclusion for this one. Fantastic stuff from all 4 of our drivers in the grand final, and realistically from all of our drivers all the way from the seeding until the very end. It's been another fantastic event. It's so much fun.
It has indeed. Big shout out to Spark too, who came in second here. A big win to get into that second place, but especially after the issues that did come through. There were spots where Spark only scraped through and really fixed the consistency issues overnight, it seems. Came in here with a great attitude and was able to beat out Mudder as well there. And so was J-Swag. Unbelievable from J-Swag. 6th seed. Crazy to me.
Trident's going to be pretty happy, I think.
They will.
This driver they picked up, you know, the winner of the Gaming Boy Award, the rookie of the event, all the way to the finals, and took down Mutta as well. I mean, everyone in the grand final took down Mutta, don't get me wrong, but that's still a very exclusive club. Out of these drivers, only 3 people can say they did it. But I'm excited to see, you know, J-Swag continue to drive, continue to grow. I mean, Trident as a whole. If we're looking at Oceanic orgs that stepped up and showed up, I mean, don't get me wrong, like DXA, they were there. They were the 2nd best performing org, but it kind of was the Trident show.
There was a comment in chat there, you know, if Mudder took this competition seriously, we would be talking differently. I agree, 100% agree, but that is what you want to see here. That is this esport evolving. That is OCE and Asia evolving. You no longer get a free coast through. These players worked for this win, and as a result, they dominated. It was a well-earned victory for our top 3, and Mudder coming in 4th will not be probably disappointed with his result. He has still made the grand final, but a great showing out here as to why you need to be putting in that time now.
Yeah, exactly. So congratulations once again to our winners, and a big shout out, thank you to everyone showing that support again, making the Trackmania community as fantastic as it is. This has been a wonderful event. Shout out to, you know, Critty as well for highlighting all the greatest seats that you can purchase with the Trackmania Season Pass. Attend every single one of these live events with fantastic viewings on all of these wonderful tracks. Oh, and for doing a bang-up job producing this event as well. Everyone behind the scenes, all the tournament admins, doing everything they can to get this together, helping it run smoothly, without which, you know, it wouldn't be as clean as an event as it was. And, well, one last time, a big, huge, heart-filled thank you to the family of Gaming Boy as well for supporting that prize pool, putting it out there, $250.80. The 80 cents, of course. I mean, the entire prize pool, a nod to Gaming Boy's gamer tag. Something that was, you know, very special to him and very special to all of us. We still do miss him dearly, and we hope that this event, you know, did him and his family proud.
Well, we do have one last shout out to the victors as well here. Let's see who that prize money generated by that family does go to. It's going to be first place, heading over to Min, put in so much work, had almost every world record, if not all of them there. Spark coming in second, fixing some major issues. J-Swag, our rookie of the season, and Mudder, our OC representative, all coming in. That is your first, second, third, and fourth.
Yeah, well done to everybody, and you know what? I'm excited to see where things go from here. I'm excited to see this scene continue to grow, expand, and get bigger and better. I know we missed Middle East in this event, which is a little bit sad, but they have their own event going on, and it's just a show of their growth as well. They've gotten big enough that they don't need us, which is a good thing. Trust us when we say that's a good thing, because it means the scene is getting larger and larger. So get out there, everybody. Stay safe. Continue to treat each other with respect. Have a fun time, and we will see you next time we get out there on the track. Good night, everybody, and enjoy the Baltic League coming up soon.